Hey, what is going on, crypto people? Happy Wednesday. Happy Generational Wealth Wednesday to each and every one of you. What an exciting time to be an early adopter in this new asset class, it's a digital asset space. We're going to hear from our guy, blockchain backer today. We got some signals that have flipped to some major bullish momentum. We're going to cover that. We'll let blockchain backer do the talking. We can listen to a very interesting Bitcoin guy. Name is Mark Moss, smart guy. I'm gonna listen to him on Paul Barron's channel, and we're gonna go over very interesting charts from the co-founder of XP Markets, sharing some very interesting. You're gonna want to know the statistics, the difference between people who use the D apps and the XRPL and those who don't. Very, very telling numbers for sure. We're going to cover that. FLR Networks, 670 million FLR tokens distributed every 30 days. Every 30 days. What? That's a bunch, fam. That is a bunch. That is a bunch. Let me change this over here. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button on the way in. We always like to have just as many viewers as we have, just as many likes, excuse me, as we have viewers in the stream. Happy Generational Wealth Wednesday to you. It's pretty cool to see what's going on. We got some confirmation from the TA guy. It's confirmation to the macro picture. TA guys, confirmation to the macro picture. Massively important. The TA confirmation of the macro. The macro is the big one, then we get to see it in the charts. Macro is the signal, then we get the confirmation in the charts. So that's really cool. October, I think, is going to be fascinating to see. Global liquidity is coming globally. Mark Moss will share that. I may have to call him Eminem. That's hard to say, Mark Moss. But we'll share that as well. Hope everyone is doing super cool. We'll go over the numbers. You know, market's doing what the market does, but if you can stomach it, I'll cover it. Look at Sui, $1.67. Okay, not bad. If you can stomach it, I'll cover it. We'll see if we get Bitcoin get a little bit better price in the market to get more of the SUI for this run. Anyway, for this run, let me do this here. Let me cover that. I gotta tell you, I'm excited about it. I haven't heard from blockchain backer in a while. You guys shared it. We met blockchain backer at a Deaton event a while back. And we had a very interesting conversation. Very interesting. It was an awesome pleasure to meet him. For sure, excuse me. That's my protein shake. I gotta get to the gym after the stream. Get that protein stuff in. So how are you guys doing? Everyone good? Is everyone well? Yeah, it's this exciting time to be early in the digital asset space for sure. I'm doing these videos. I'm testing the live stream in it to see kind of the numbers and who hops on. I know you can check in your analytics as well and checking to see if I am going to go back to that eight-ish, nine-ish in the AM in terms of the live stream. So, I'm testing different time frames to see who might think it's too early, who might think it's too late, based upon who shows up and who does not show up, So we'll see. Right now, that eight-ish time frame is winning out in terms of people hopping on a live stream. What's going on, Pookie? How are you, my friend? Devon Steve says, good evening. How about that? What's going on, Devon? How are you, brother? Appreciate you checking in. So, yeah, we're going to hear from Mark Moss on the global picture again on the Paul Barron YouTube channel. We're going to hear from blockchain backer, his TA perspective and confirmation of the macro picture that Mark Moss is sharing, who Raoul Paul turned us on to months and months and months ago. And we're going to hear some very, very interesting statistics about people who hop on the XRPL and interact with Dapps as opposed to those who don't. Very, very interesting. It's very, very telling. We appreciate the co-founder of XP Markets for sharing that. I know he's a doctor. I think his name is Arthur. Yeah. Kurchikov. Miss Crypto C is going to help me with that one for sure. Being European that she is. So in any case, there it is, fam. There it is. That's what we're going to talk about today. I was hopping on SparkDex, use Stargate. You know, I bridged a Stargate on a hunch that Stargate is going to be part of the FLR, excuse me, the FLR rewards. Well, I should say the Flared Networks reward FLR tokens. I think they're going to be part of the emissions. I don't know, but I'm guessing. I did a couple of bridges. I'm guessing. I don't know, but I'm guessing they are. We'll see, but I'm guessing. Stargate is going to be part of that. Well, yeah, Devon C says easy for you to say. I know, man. Mark Mars, smart guy, but God, man, M&M, Mark M, something. Because that Mark Moss, I don't know. That's tough right there. For bruh. You know what I mean? So in any case, I'm going to go over that. I can't wait to share. I'm going to go over the market, go over the numbers while we let some people hop in. Man, one of my phenoms over at Duke, man, hurt himself. What the world? Patrick the Ngoba. Anyway, hurt himself. What the world? Or at least he's got a boot on, so maybe he re-injured the thing that he hurt when he was in high school. But in any case, I'm thinking about going to my Ripple Swell in Miami. I'm thinking about it. I mean, it feels like it would be really cool because they're always out of the country. It's just like all my cash is in the market right now. I mean, all the cash is in the market. You know what I mean? It's all in the market, man. I don't even want to take out $300-400. I don't even want to take out $300 or $400 just for the ticket. I just like, I mean, you got to consider we took that major L in Celsius. It's like, you know, like, I'm like, I don't want to take anything out of the market right now. Just because it's in Miami, you know what I mean? I'm like, I don't want to. Miss Crypto Seas is encouraging me to go. She really is encouraging me to get the ticket and get out there because it's in the States. But I just like, man, by the time you're done, that's $1,000. Take $1,000 out of the market. I am not in fiat. It's all digital assets. I got one fiat financial tool. One. That's it. I mean, I don't really count the Coinbase stock. I don't really count that. But that's it. You know what I mean? So for me to go, you know, that means I got to exit out of stuff. I don't want to cash out the stables. They're earning nice stuff. So anyway, Devon says, I was so lucky with Celsius. Nice. I just happened to take out my XRP a couple of weeks before. Very nice. True. Very nice, bro. You took out all your XRP. Very nice. I'm happy for you, bro, because that was devastating. Devastating for sure. I'm glad you got yours out, brother. For sure. They're not trying to do any clawback or anything with you, are they? You know, they got that clawback madness going on. All right, let's go over the numbers. Let's go over this market real quick. Let's see what's up with CoinGecko. There it is. All right. So according to CoinGecko, the total cryptocurrency market cap is down 2.32% and is currently at 2.2. It's currently down 2%, excuse me, and it's currently at 2.32 trillion. Bitcoin dominance roughly 54%. Bitcoin is trading at $63,000 again. Ethereum is trading at $2,500 again. And Bitcoin and Ethereum are down 1% and 5.3% respectively on the 30-day. Solana is trading at $149 again. And on the 30-day, it's down 4.6%. I'm wondering, I'm really battling if I should have more Solana than Ethereum. I am struggling, battling, like I feel like I know the answer. I don't think the multiples of X will be much different. I mean, we're talking top 4 if you don't include Tether and market cap. So is the X is going to be different? No. So wouldn't it be better to have more SOL tokens? I think I'm battling. I'm struggling with that one. What do you guys think? Struggling. It doesn't mean I will completely exit out of it, my Ethereum position, but maybe I should have more Solana. Anyway, $149 for Solana again, and on the 30 days down 4.5%. XRP is trading at 58 cents on the 30-day again, and on the 30-day XRP is down 1%. There it is. The market is just doing what the market does. Did I bridge some ETH? I think I bridged some ETH from Ethereum over to Flare Networks as well. I did do that. I don't know why I'm just rambling. Anyway, Uniswap. I wonder if I should take the Uniswap play because my guy Taiki nailed the Aave play. I mean, dude nailed it. He nailed the Aave. I don't know if I should. Let's look at Uni real quick. What is Uniswap's all-time high? Oh, there it was. Where am I going? Let's see what Uniswap is real quick. I don't know if I will. Top 24, 5 billion. Market cap. What's going on here? Who's wanting me to log in? What's going on? Let's check out these all-time high numbers. 60% up on the year. 44. Man, 44. In 2021. Okay. It's about the same. It's about the same 7-ish that Solana's probably going to do. Anyway, just thinking out loud about that Uniswap trade because of my guy Taiki. All right, let's see. Hey, go on and welcome some more people to the channel. Anyone else hop in? No one else hopped in. I don't see anyone popping in yet. I want to cover this this thread from Dr. Arthur from XP Markets. Let's do that. This is kind of speaks to what we've been saying about the formula for success in the digital asset space for the native tokens of layer 1 blockchains. Dr. Arthur Kurjakulov, hope I'm pronouncing that right. Why the XRPL ecosystem development is important and benefits everyone. Why is that important and benefit everyone? He says because DApp users are blockchain power users. And here's why. Non-DApp users, 43% make just one transaction. DApp users, only 28% make just a single transaction. So if you're not using the DApp, you're only making one transaction. on the XRPL. For whatever, if you're not using any particular DApp, you're only making one transaction. Now, and I do believe that this is in large part due to the XRP content creators. And, you know, both for good or bad, I believe that is on the content creators. Non-DApp users, 43% make just one transaction, just one. DApp users, only 28% of them make one transaction. So in other words, non-DApp users, 11% make more than 10 transactions. Just 11%. 11% make more than 10 transactions. And again, the formula for creating value accrual, for sure, one formula is you garner attention, you create attention to the chain, right? You create attraction to the chain by all the mechanisms you want to use, liquidity, incentive events, airdrops, whatever, right? Draw attention. You go up the network adoption curve by creating daily active users. Daily active users, right? So you got to attract the builders. You got to attract people interested in a particular narrative, whether that be DeFi or something, right? And you increase those numbers. Think about this. Non-DApp users, 11% of them make more than 10 transactions. In other words, they're buying the thing and they ain't doing anything else with it. Nothing. Nothing with the XRP. DApp users, 28% of those make more than 10 transactions. So that's more than double. DApp users are nearly 3 times more active. More active users, more wallets, more reserves, more fees, more demand, non-linear growth. It's as simple as that. A lot of people, unfortunately, have been hoodwinked into I'm just holding for 10,000 per XRP. I'm just getting it. I'm just holding for regulations and the banks are going to start using it and holding it and all this other kind of stuff. Because the mindset is always, never one considers portfolio management, risk management. It's just, let the world make me rich. Let the world make me rich. Because of some utility that's going to happen. And we have not seen the demand to date. It's been 12 years. It's been 12 years. That demand has not happened in 12 years. So if you're looking for more complicated summarized statistics then here we go. The median shows that a typical DApp user makes 2 transactions while a typical non-DApp user makes 1. Percentiles consistently show higher values for DApp users, especially at the upper ends. These is really good numbers here. Median value of the transaction, the DApp users is twice as much volume or value. A very interesting charts here. It says the mean values are highly skewed due to outliers and do not represent typical user behavior, the mean values. So that's important to note that as well. DApp users are less likely to be one-time users. That's so massively important. DApp users are less likely to be one-time users. 20% versus 42% for non-DApp users. A larger proportion of DApp users, 20%, make more than 10 transactions compared to non-DApp users at 11%. The mean values are included, but marked with an asterisk with a note explaining their limitation due to outliers. Even more complicated, but this one is final. DApp users are 1.25 times more likely to make multiple transactions than non-DApp users. DApp users are 5 times more engaged than non-DApp users. Thus, the reason for a non-thriving ecosystem. This is how you get to become a thriving ecosystem. You got to increase the daily active users, and daily active users got to have something to use. And the people building stuff need more tools to build more stuff. Right? Developing the DApp ecosystem is crucial for driving overall blockchain adoption and usage. These stats show Dapps users are significantly more active and engaged on the blockchain. The thesis or the basis for this channel was, the mantra for this channel has always been, are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? How's it worked out for you thus far? Just hanging out and hanging on to that ledger for dear life. You don't have to tell me, but surely you have to be honest with yourself. DApp users truly are the power users of the blockchain ecosystem, not just the XRPL, of the blockchain ecosystem. Nice stuff. Right? That's massively important. Property Rich is in the building. What's going on, bro? How are you? Cali Cat checked in. What up, fellas? What's good with you, Cali Cat? Keyless is in the building. Lady Crypto guy, do me a favor, hit that like button. If you didn't do so on the way in, no worries. Just collapse the chat. Go smash the like button, then come back and hang out with the Crypto Siege and fam. We always like to have just as many likes on the stream as we have viewers in the stream. That'd be super, super cool if you guys could do that. And then, by the way, that helps to get the channel out to more people hanging out, watching some of this madness of videos out there on YouTube. Some of the maddening stuff out there on YouTube is just, yes, crazy. Like, why in the world would a grown man walk up to crocodiles and alligators, petting them? Like, you got all your senses, you got your brain, you got your mind, you got your heart, you got all the 5 senses, and you're walking up to crocodiles and alligators, rubbing their head. Why? Why? Property Risk says, hey y'all, all good. Pleased I'm here. Appreciate you checking in, brother. Legendary is in the building. What's going on? Legendary says, I'm an active participant. Nice. Got some interesting word coming from the root network about the bridge, the two-way bridge, and being able to bridge more assets. Dexter has a bridge, which is a DEX, has a bridge. And then Future Pass has that bridge, has another bridge. But it's Ethereum. I'm just wondering, can you do Ethereum stuff on that bridge? Like Ethereum assets to the XRPL by way of that bridge? I don't know. I don't know. But let me see if I'll share that. Do I want to share that real quick? Like, what do you guys think here? I'm looking at this. reading this because it was just from the root network. Little announcement. Was it right here? No, that's FLR stuff. XRP Ledger Token Bridge expansion is live. It says XRP Ledger Bridge update. It's from the root network. Okay. September 24th. FuturePass and Dexter both offer simple two-way bridging between the root network and the XRPL ledger with a number of token options. So, overview, the root network's XRPL bridge allows the secure and decentralized transfer of tokens between the root network and the XRP ledger, enhancing liquidity and bringing cross-chain functionality to assets on the network. This is between the root network and XRP. Recent updates to the Palette XRPL bridge include extending the XRPL bridge to allow for two-way bridging of any token. This is what it says, of any token between the XRP ledger and the root network. So I'm trying to qualify. What do they mean by any token? So anyway, at the time of writing, there are two platforms live offering token bridging between the XRPL and root network. Dexter and FuturePass. Dexter does easily bridge root, XRP, Asto, Silo, and the ZRP. Is that the Zerpmon token between the ledger and root network on Dexter's newly launched bridge? And then FuturePass, it lists the same tokens, but it mentions Ethereum. So I'm just kind of confused here. So it says FuturePass. The FuturePass dashboard offers a variety of bridging options for both the XRPL ledger and Ethereum networks. So it seems like to me, the XRP ledger to root network to the XRP ledger, Ethereum network to the root network, and the root network to the Ethereum network. This is what it sounds like to me. It doesn't sound like to me that it's the XRP ledger to the Ethereum network to the ledger. Doesn't seem like that. But that's what the XRPL EVM sidechain will have because of XLR. So, does that make sense? Are you reading that the same way I'm reading it? It says, this update expands the options for token bridging between the XRPL ledger and root network. So that's what it is. It's the XRP ledger and root network. And if Ethereum is going to root, I don't know if it's a different bridge, another bridge, but it's between those two networks. Ethereum or root and Ethereum, XRP ledger and root back to the XRP ledger. That's what it seems like to me. That's what it seems like. ASM announces new protocols for builders at the, okay. How to buy root, getting started with root in June. All right, so that's what it seems like to me. I mean, it's great news for those people who are, you know, they got Silo, they're just big time people in the root network. They like the Silo tokens, they like the Asto tokens, especially like the Asto and Silo tokens. I guess the hope is to get that ecosystem hopping onto the ledger and vice versa. So we're going to see what more stuff Futureverse is going to bring. We'll see how that's going to go. But in any case, there that is. That's the news on that front from those folks. Jungle Link's in the building. What's going on, bro? How are you? If you want to have success, you want to hook up to Ethereum. Yeah. Yeah. You're going to want to have to hook up. And that's going to be, it's going to be the XRPL EVM sidechain that's going to do it. Right? Root network is just connecting with other networks. Connecting up with the ledger, connecting up with Ethereum. You know what I mean? Property Rich says, what time to go live? I'm not getting information saying you're going live. Huh. Yeah, I don't know, man. YouTube is just funny, bro. YouTube is really, really funny with who they send stuff out to and why. I mean, I go live different times during the day. I was just saying early in the beginning of this live stream that I had been testing different times to see what the better times, what I do early morning before 9. I've done, 10, 11. I've done, 12 and 1. I've done 1 and 2s, just to kind of get a better gauge of the most kind of, people showing up. It feels like that 8 to 9:30 is the better one. Plutobolic. Make sure notifications are set to all. Yeah, that's important as well. How are you, Plutobolic? How are you, my friend? So, yeah, so that's the news there. But listen, we'll see what kind of goes. But Jungle, did you see that write-up from Dr. Arthur Kurjakulov from XP Markets? He points out that what we've been saying on this channel for the longest time, the people who hop on the ledger and use the apps on the ledger are more active. They make more transactions. They make larger size transaction volumes, all that different kind of stuff. As opposed to the people, first of all, you got XRP holders that don't even know when they have the Zamin wallet that they're using the XRPL. I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say about that. But we need, it's a full circle flywheel thing, right? We got to have the D apps that people want to use, are interested in using. But these builders are saying, we need some stuff to be able to create the stuff. We need the tools and the programmability to be able to create the dApps and build the stuff that people want to use. These things are early days, right? I just hope people are catching the admission by Ripple, by David Schwartz, that the things they're talking about today, they should have done a long time ago. The great part is they're not running from that. They're acknowledging it and they're moving forward. What you have to decide as an XRP holder, do you have patience for them to execute or no? Is fear of missing out on Sui and Solana and Say and Aptos and the movement, are they going to get you? That's really what it is. Are you in a position to exercise patience? Can you, weather another bull run without the gains in XRP that you expect to make? All these kind of stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that the digital asset XRP will be able to participate unlike 2021. I think it's broader access now, 7, 8, 9, 10 times as much access. We get to participate. My question is, are we going to participate from that range of 50 to 60 cents? And that's like, since we missed 2021, we're like, that 50 to 60 cents is really 1 cent, and that we're going to go up to, $3, $4, $5? Or are we going to 5, 6, 7x from the previous all-time high? That's the thing I don't know. But I'm going to wait to find out. Here's what I do know will help that. Some dApps that people can use to participate in DeFi. That's what we need. So this liquidity incentive event has to be massive. Maker and their new makeup is already in their new makeup, and their new remodeling of their tokens already killing the game. It's already killing the game. I think 490 million or so, just a matter of days. What is the Ripple X liquidity incentive event going to bring? What is it going to bring? They've had time over there to look at other models, look at other incentive events. What you going to bring? How are you going to garner attention and attraction to the ledger? How are you going to do it? What is it going to look like? Flare Networks has flare drops and 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 RFLR and a nice synergy amongst projects. Have you sat down with the people from DexFi Pro, Anados Finance, Orchestra Finance, Moy Finance, and had a group conversation? I'm asking. Ripple X, Monica Long, Ashish Burl, I'm asking. Have you done that? The people with Futureverse as well. Have you guys all sat down together? Because it feels like it's some major synergy going on in Flare Networks. It's right there in front of you. Playbook's right there. Yeah, Property Rich. It's I get that a lot from people on the channel. They got the notifications all right, they got them all set, and it's just YouTube is just not great with that stuff, bro. Like it really isn't. So I think that incentive event, liquidity incentive event is going to be everything for Ripple X. I really, really do. But Dex5.pro, needs more tools, needs more programmability. And they're doing awesome over there. Orchestra Finance needs more tools, needs more programmability. I wish we could check, Jungle. I wish we could check on the Wayback Machine and check Uniswap when Uniswap launched. I bet you dimes to donuts that the SparkDex launch with this feature set, UI and UX, I bet you it's 10 times better than what Uniswap launched with. Uniswap launched not too long ago. I bet you it's 10 times better. I bet you if we looked at Uniswap, what would it be? Uniswap.org and the Wayback Machine, and we put in how long has Uniswap been out? 2015? And you compare them. I bet you SparkDex is killing the game. I bet you. I did a post. I said, could SparkDex be the Uniswap of Flare Networks? I think it's a great question to ask, consider, and ponder. Keyless is in the building and says, hope everyone is doing great, working and listening. Oh, Keyless, we appreciate you checking in. Be careful out there. Careful at the gig. Jungling says XRP is probably the trickiest coin to trade this cycle. Yeah. Because you don't know. We don't know. You guys, I've been fully transparent and shared my story with you guys about losing all my XRP. Sharing with you that, I still kept, enough, still had 5 figures. Okay, let's put it that way. Still had 5 figures left, even after that loss. Right? But I had to use some of it to just do life. But still have 5 figures. And just know that I'm not selling that. I want to see what it's going to do. I saw that poll. I think you did a little poll on X. Jungle said that you thought would XRP be a asset that you could hold and accumulate in the future? And I know you said yes, no, and I think not sure. I clicked not sure. I clicked not sure on that poll because I don't know. I don't listen. I don't know about FLR. Like a lot of people think I'm on FLR. No, bro. No, bro. I've said it time and time again. It's not about the promise. It's about the realized promise. What do you think you think I'm on Bitcoin and Ethereum because I like the name and Solana? Nah, bro. It's the realized promise. It's what they followed through on. It's the attention that they garnered. It's the people building. It's the ecosystem. It's all that. I didn't get Solana at less than $1. I bought Solana at $40. I think it launched at 50 or 60 cents. I got it at $40. I was buying Bitcoin and Ethereum, look, 2016. Okay, so that's a little different. But, but, I didn't start DCAing. I didn't go all in on that stuff until 2023. 2023. Now, that was a major mistake because I should have done it in 2020. Should have done it in 2020, not 2023. Should have done it 2020. But I didn't. I didn't understand the weighted portfolio thing. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it. Now I do. Now I understand. Having been in this space since late 2016, that's coming up on 8 years. I understand now. I understand that, look, it takes 5 years to figure out what you're in. Or else, why would you be selling Bitcoin and Ethereum in 2016 for some unknown high yield investment platform token? Why would you be doing that if you understood what you were in? That's what I was doing. I had no clue. None. I didn't know the game I was in. Vast majority of people are hearing about Bitcoin, hearing the wind moons and hearing the numbers, and they're just hopping in and they're going on Coinbase first and coin market cap second. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. Property rich. They're going from Coinbase. They're hearing something from the buds. They're hearing something in the break room at work. And then they're going to Coinbase and they're going to coin market cap and saying, okay, starting with Bitcoin, and they just go down the list. And God forbid that the first place they go onto YouTube is some scam, some scheme. God forbid. Right? Because you don't know when they hop on YouTube, you don't know where they're going to go. We don't know what the algorithm's going to show them. The algorithm could show them chain link or link chain. You understand what I'm saying? They can go down the wrong path, bro. Imagine selling 2016 Bitcoin, 400, 500, 600. 2016 Ethereum. Right? Brother Crypto says being able to use BTC and Doge and smart contracts is a big thing, especially BTC. Wait and see. 1000%. It is a big, massive deal. That's why I was so frustrated to hear these smart guys with Invest Answer and Mandu and Marty Party and CTO Lawson in this live stream. And they were talking about, Zeus protocol on Solana. I'm like, well, hold on a second. Haven't you heard about FLR networks? And because they were talking about the bridging issues and the bridging challenges and not being able to use Bitcoin and what Bitcoin isn't wanting. And you're talking about Zeus. Look, I don't know anything about Zeus, but I don't know enough about Zeus to comment on it. But why not mention FLR networks? How do you not? Brother Crypto says follow through. Amen. Right? It's not about the promises. It's about the realized promise. The realized promise is a better bet. It's a better bet in the risk versus reward scenario. Property Risk says if you had the luxury of owning a Wasili, is that Wasili Kandinsky painting, or already owning one or just brought it, would you sell it the next year or 2 years later? Well, I look at XRP as having that luxury option. Do you know who even that artist is? Do you know what you hold? That is the question. That's exactly what it is. Right? It's the difference between a promise and realized promise. Right? Again, we have to look at the status of the XRPL. You can't ignore what it is. It is what it is. You ask yourself, does it meet, is it filling in the blanks in that formula? Daily active users, new wallets, active users, builders, projects. It doesn't. The question is, will it? Now that they have realized the error in their ways. They went for a thing. It didn't work out the way that they thought it would. This was all this off-chain stuff. They pivoted to on-chain stuff, and now they're making another major pivot and being willing to put a version of smart contract capability on the ledger. For me, I'm not selling this. I'm just saying for me, you guys got to do what you do is best. I'm not selling my XRP. I'm not selling it because the value of the XRPL is in the protocol. It may take time for people to realize that and see where it is, builders, whatever. It may take time for them to get more programmability, more whatever. But I think it's going to come. And I think that protocol is so powerful, it will be a game changer. But this, in my opinion, is going to take some time. First step, liquidity incentive event, whenever that's coming. Is it after the appeal status is done and over with? I don't know. I hope so. But that's what I think. Then we're going to see. I'm holding on. Then we're going to see, because I look, Solana's awesome, but I'm just saying, it's not the XRPL. I'm talking about the chain. I'm talking about the chain, not the ecosystem. Solana's ecosystem is making up for the chain. Just is what it is. People can go in there and spend something up. Just is what it is. But it ain't the XRPL. But the XRPL is not a realized promise. It's still a promise. In other words, stuff ain't on there yet. Enough people aren't building on there yet. But David Schwartz saying what he said, I think it's a tremendous step. And we're going to see. We're going to see. You all you do is got to plug in the numbers of whether or not it's an asset that you're accumulating hold. Then you got to make a decision. We plug the numbers into the cryptoverse on a dollar cost average strategy. We put the numbers in. So now we're going to see this run. What is it going to look like? What is it going to look like? Because it's still speculation, still a speculative market. We're going to see what happens. But more important than that is what the builders and the users do on the chain. So we're going to see What is Archax going to bring to the XRPL? We're going to see what measure of programmability in the next few months is going to be on the XRPL. We're going to see. We're going to see. That's why I put it. Brother Crypto says, I have vaulted all my XRP. I don't even look at it. Vaulted. Okay, like you put it away. Stablecoin, smart contracts, and legal clarity. You won't be able to beat that. Yeah, I hear you, my friend. Miss Crypto, come on there. Says hello. Miss Crypto. That's not. Hello, Miss Crypto. Hello, Miss Crypto. How are you? I was thinking I was Miss Crypto Caesar for a second. All right. So that's kind of where we are with that. She says it is me. What happened to the she said that is Miss Crypto Caesar. Okay. Hi, baby. All right. So what are we doing? What are we doing? I covered that XRPL thing with Dr. Arthur. I thought that was massive. I thought our thing said Miss Crypto Siege. Keela says hello or hi, Miss Crypto. I thought it said Miss Crypto Siege on there before. David Alcoin said, I had Solana at $7, decided it was not for me. Well, isn't that interesting? Pookie says, you have to be in crypto for 5 years to begin to understand what's going on. 1000%. Well, these numbers, I'm telling you, I don't know. Let me share this chart again. These numbers from Dr. Arthur. Are we sharing here? What's going on? These numbers are, non-DApp users, 43% of them only make one transaction, whereas the DApp user, only 28% make one transaction. So think about that. Non-DApp users, 11% make more than 10 transactions. So think about that. Only 11% make more than 10. 11%. DApp users are nearly 3 times more active. More active users, more wallets, more reserves, more fees, more demand. Non-linear growth. So those are big numbers. I highly encourage you guys to go over this. I'll leave this in the comments, in the chat here. That speaks to our formula that we said was absolutely massive for creating demand of the native asset, creating network adoption, growing the going up and to the right on the network adoption curve will create demand for the asset. But you first got to garner attention and attraction to the blockchain. Get people on it, get people using stuff, creating demand for the native asset. That is the key. That is the formula. You grow an ecosystem which starts creating demand. That is the answer. It's the formula is there. It's whether or not people will engage in it and how well they execute on the formula. How well they execute on the formula. Brother Crypto says legal clarity for XRP doesn't mean legal clarity for all other projects. Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to matter, bro. In the end, Fit 21 or a version of it is going to pass. It's going to come. Legal clarity right now, like what has it done for XRP? Hasn't done anything. Will it do something in the future? I don't know. But having legal clarity doesn't mean there are projects for people to use that utilize XRP. I know everyone thinks, well, it's the banks. The banks are going to do the thing. Banks, it's the banks. The banks are one of the ones that are going to do the thing. The banks being able to do the thing, Operation Choke Point is a bunch of federal regulators, including the Federal Reserve. So which banks are we talking about? Operation Choke Point is made up of these regulators, including the Federal Reserve and including the OCC, who are trying to kill crypto. So what banks are we talking about? That's the thing that I'm wondering. Which banks are we talking about? But in the end, it doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what you think. What matters is not the promise. It's the realized promise. That's what matters. So let's see when that happens. I'm holding. I'm holding. Rick Cisneros says, and the Treasury. And the Treasury. So, for me, this whole legal thing, awesome. But if you still got the Treasury and you got the Federal Reserve and you got the OCC trying to kill stuff, you understand? Like, and this particular asset needs them to be on board to do the thing that they want. Right? I listen, listen. The CEO, founder, chairman of Binance is in jail. And who knows what they're trying to do with this dude. And BNB token is still doing its thing. What is that about? You ever think about that? Like, in jail? I mean, I just want you to think about, share with me the demise of Binance and the BNB token and BUSD. Share with me the demise. Share with me the hit of $15 billion. Share with me. I'm not certain, but I'm pretty sure they don't have legal clarity. Right? Here's what they got. A bunch of daily active users, a bunch of projects on the Binance chain. Yeah, I saw that. Legendary says, did you see Gary try to pretend he didn't know what Operation Choke Point was? Yeah, he said he hadn't heard of the term during his deposition. He's a terrible liar. I mean, yeah, it was crazy. I saw it when he said that because I think Davidson might have asked about Operation Choke Point 2.0. So, but anyway, my point to this is in the digital asset space as it is currently, it's about the daily active users. It's about network adoption. Those are the things garnering attention that create demand for the native asset. It ain't about all that other stuff. And it probably isn't going to be all about other stuff until the next bull run. Because no matter what, the business cycle is the business cycle. No matter what, the business cycle is the business cycle. Which means 2025 is it for the XRPL, for the BNB chain, for Bitcoin, for Ethereum. In 2026, mid-year or so, the market will start turning because of the global macro picture. And we'll have to do our stuff until 2028 comes around. When we begin to see stuff flipping in and changing and all that other kind of stuff, to see what a latter part of 2028 and 2029 bull run will bring us. This is the history. These are the numbers. It's all been proven out. It's just coincidental that it hooks up with the halvening. It's just coincidental that it hooks up with the presidential election, or maybe it isn't coincidental. But that's the business cycle explained in depth in the exponential age video from Raoul Pal. Now Mark Mox is reiterating this, something that Raoul Pal has been sharing for years, a couple of years now. Richie Torres is that one, right? He killed Gensler. He killed Gensler in that that whatever hearing he had. Let's take a listen to blockchain backer here. It's really important. He says a sudden flip, indicators go positive for crypto, Bitcoin price, and altcoin market. And I started the live stream saying that the TA guy has confirmed the macro picture. The TA guy, the chart, have confirmed the macro picture. Let's take a listen. All right. He starts pretty quick. I'll leave it there.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the blockchain backer bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. Today, we're going to be talking about the Bitcoin price chart along with the altcoin market, which is starting to flash some positive signs happening that the momentum of downside action has really started to come to a conclusion in here. Over the last couple of weeks, we've talked a lot about the structure of Bitcoin, and I talked about this in Markets in the Morning this morning. We've looked at this from the inverse perspective. I made you guys watch an hour-long video last Monday. We've talked a lot about this, that these style behaviors can lead to another leg to be of equal magnitude of the previous leg. And I wanted to also show that is what we've actually seen over here on gold, the exact same thing. But at the same time, gold has reached a full measured move of what its previous range was and a full measured move of what the previous leg was of where we're at right now. And that we're seeing some optimistic things start to flash in the market that I want to show you. And of course, it would require that gold does chill out, because as we've seen through history, when gold goes through these big bull runs, well, Bitcoin tends to chill out during them. They are inverse correlated. They have an inverse relationship to each other, regardless of what the narrative is out there. There's been newsletters, videos, tweets, you name it, all showing the evidence of the inverse relationship between the two. However, gold has now hit this measured move. And the question is it time for it to chill out? Is it time for equities to go into an expansion and for breadth to open up? Can we find some signs showing up throughout the market that it is? And would it make any sense for the market to do that and for Bitcoin to go for another leg? Inverse perspective. On the bottom, I have Bitcoin upside down in an inverse manner. On the top, I have Bitcoin's peak from back in 2022. Last week, we went through that really long video discussing all the possibilities of that when this was published back in November of 2023. I'm looking at it from an inverse perspective in an attempt to remove any type of biases or emotional influences. Sure enough, we've done just that. We've now stalled out in here. Question is, are we going to get going? And like we talked about last week, a lot of times the way you can measure these things out is the length of the first wave can be nearly equivalent to the length of the second wave. We also saw that for Ethereum back in 2021 through 2022, that both waves were of equal length. In the event of getting a wave of equal length from where we are at right now, with that current low at least, that's at about $107,000. The reason we're discussing all of this with gold, this measured move happening in here, using these same things, is because that's exactly what we just saw happen with gold, with the same thing, where it pokes above the high, waddles around in here, gets just above the 382 Fibonacci retracement level, and then goes on. And what does it do? A wave of equal sized length. So there's kind of two advantages of looking at this gold chart here. It's one, it could kind of reinforce that discussion that we're having when we're talking about Bitcoin and another wave of equal length, but it also shows it actually playing out here for gold at the same time. But it does one more thing by also doing that is to say, hey, look, that's the type of structure we're talking about over there on Bitcoin. That's the type of structure that we've seen actually play out on gold. And if that is the end of the leg, and we know there's this inverse relationship here that happens between Bitcoin and gold, and if that marks the peak happening in there, can we now start looking for optimistic things to start to show up in the cryptocurrency and equity market to be able to see cryptos move up? And of course, as we all want to see breadth make itself apparent over here in the equity market, like in the Russell 2000. One of the things that we talked about over there in markets in the morning is that even on the relative strength index, something is starting to make itself apparent over here in the altcoin market that is different from what we've seen for the last several months. And it has to do with the relative strength index. We're looking at it on the daily time frame right now. For those who have studied, the relative strength index is an oscillator. During a bullish period, it will hold 40 as its support level. And during a bearish period, 60 will be the resistance level. You can see that reflected here in the charts. During an uptrend, 40 is your support, and then in a downtrend, 60 is your resistance. The interesting thing that has shown up here in just the last few days, of course, is that we've gotten through what would be a downtrend bearish resistance level, meaning that the overwhelming bearish forces that have been present have now waned. Now, of course, to see anything significant happen in this market, we have to see breadth of
I don't know what just happened there, but anyway, that's some TA confirmation in my view of what. Oh, did the live stream go out?
been up, and the opening up of breadth in the cryptocurrency market is often defined as alt season. Not saying it's alt season yet, but things you do look for are breadth. And I've spent a little time trying to create some type of indicator to flip itself on or flip itself off if breadth is performing well or if breadth is performing poorly. And as we can see, breadth has been completely dead ever since the literal peak of the market when we hit the 702 retracement.
So hey, let me share Mark Moss's view here. He shares something here about the liquidity thing that Raoul Paul has been sharing. Let me see if on the Paul Barron note, let me see if Paul has this chaptered out so we can go right to it. The 4-year cycle. China's stimulus. Yeah, let's start here.
Is the timing of this cycle. And when you look at where the cycles have gone in the past, many people would say that Bitcoin's rally is right on track. What is your opinion right now? Are we still in these 4-year cycles as we've seen in the past?
We are 100% right in the middle of a traditional 4-year cycle. Yes, we are. I think a lot of people have gotten them a little bit carried away. I think too many people are too zoomed in, expecting too much too soon, and they don't have the historical precedents to understand this. So I hear a lot of people talking about, well, Bitcoin's in the same range that it's been in the last 6 months, and with all this inflation, why isn't Bitcoin moving? But I would just remind people that September of 2023, last year, Bitcoin's up 140% since September last year. And Bitcoin's up 240% since September of 2022. So I think, people zoom in too much and they're trying to understand movements on a weekly, monthly basis. But if you look at a yearly or a 24-month basis, it's crushing it. So I'd say it's right on track.
Yeah, I think you look at this chart here, just showing some of the cycles and where our blips are, and you're dead on right there in that zone that we've been kind of hovering in around that 60 to 63 range for sure. A lot of other things are happening as well around the world. Of course, the price target now, the Chinese stimulus package, we're seeing price targets on Bitcoin of upwards of 78K. Explain to me what you're seeing out of China right now and what kind of impact this is going to have in terms of liquidity on not only Bitcoin, but maybe the U.S. economy.
Yeah, I'd love to. I want to just expand this just a little bit, Paul, because this is really important for everybody to understand. It's what I call the monetary codex. And basically what this means is that if we can chart liquidity flows or the monetary expansion, then we can start to understand asset prices a little bit better. And there's a phenomenon, Paul, that is, if you know what a metronome is, and a metronome keeps perfect time, right, for music. But there's this weird phenomenon. If I got like 50 metronomes and put them on a table and started them in all different times, eventually gets synced up. And that's exactly what's happened with global liquidity. So what do I mean by that? In a debt-based monetary system that we're in, debt never gets paid or extinguished. It always has to get rolled over. So we need more debt to pay off the existing debt. So the debt continues to expand. Now, what happened is in 2008, the phenomenon of the metronome happened and all debt got synced. Why? Because if your mortgage company called you and said, we'll reduce your rate to zero, you would refinance. And so in 2008, in the great financial crash, all the rates got turned to zero and the whole world refinanced at once. We can see now that today, 75% of global debt has a maturation of 1 to 5 years. So that means approximately every 4 years, the debt has to get rolled over. Now, approximately, and this is the key piece to understand. Now, what's interesting is this started on 2008. So 2008, 2012, 2016, 2020, 2024. 4-year cycles, Paul. Now, if those dates sound familiar, they should. It also overlays with a 4-year business ISM cycle. But more probably what people are hearing is it also overlays with the 4-year US presidential cycle.
Right.
And it also overlays with the 4-year Bitcoin halving cycle. And so what happens is we see liquidity start running out. There's not enough money to go around. And then
This is exactly, again, what Raoul Paul has been saying for over a year, 18 months. Same, very exact thing to help the masses better understand what's really going on. What's really going on? What's going on, DeFi Daddy? Ethereum to 12K. Okay, so what's Solana going to? If Ethereum is going to 12K, bro, what's Solana going to go to? Michael Marchese's in the building. Any guesses, DeFi Daddy? He said, who cares? I care, bro. I care. It's not a VC coin. Everybody says that. Everyone says it's a VC coin. I told people to check into the history of Ripple and the amount of VC money in Ripple. It would alarm you. It would alarm you. It would really, really alarm you. Tokenomics don't matter. Everyone says tokenomics, DeFi Daddy. It's not the tokenomics. It's not tokenomics. It's network adoption. That's the only thing that matters. This high FDV, low FDV, market cap, none of that matters, bro. The only thing that matters is network adoption. Network adoption is what creates demand for the native asset. Nothing else matters. Yeah, none of that stuff matters. No, it's network adoption. When you lose network adoption, that's the issue. Right now, you know what's going on in the Solana ecosystem? Got some people saying, I'm talking about Solana, like Solana. I'm wondering if pump.fund is good for us or not. In case you don't know, pump.fund is that latest thing that gave anyone the ability to create a meme coin. Right? So everyone's like, I'm wondering if that was great for us or not. I wonder. So what's going to happen? Pump.fund is going to be either here today and gone tomorrow, or it's not. What's not going to happen is the network adoption is going to change. Because people love to build on Solana. Its ecosystem is growing. Financer is going to change the game for sure. For sure. Getting another client is awesome. It's great. But Solana has projects that people are running to. Dude, running to. They're running to Drift Protocol. They're running to Jupiter Exchange. They've been running to Radium for years. They're running to Helium or Helium Network. They're running to Helium Mobile. They're getting on a waiting list for the freaking stupid Solana seeker phone. Hive Mapper is changing the game. Helium Mobile is changing the game. It's changing the game. So the only thing that matters is network adoption. It's all that matters. When I hear Ethereum at 12K, I just want to go to myself, oh my God. I was buying Ethereum in 2016. Yeah, HNT. So, yeah, Helium Mobile is like, what do they call it? Is it a sub? I don't know what you call it. Is it a subset? I don't know. I don't know if you call it a subset or, or is it like an avalanche sub net? But that's what matters, bro. All that other stuff don't matter. All of it is helium, HNT, helium, HNT, helium. Okay. You change your thing? I don't like it. I don't like it. Yes, because there's no siege. There's no siege there. Helium, here's helium right here, HNT. Changing the game. Changing the game. It's the V2, it's the V2. Web 2, Web 3 play. And then there's Helium Mobile. And I would argue with people, I would argue that there's not going to be much difference in the run this cycle between Ethereum and Solana in terms of the X's. It's not going to be much difference. It's not going to be much difference. So if Ethereum gets to 12K, if it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. People say that all the time about the VCs holding. It don't matter. All that matters is the network adoption. That's all that matters. Now, if network adoption goes away, that's a different story. That's a different story. If they start to lose network adoption, if Hive Mapper goes under, if Devour Go goes under, if H&T goes under, if Drift Protocol loses their mind, right? Yeah. Then maybe. But that ain't happening. That's not happening. That's not happening as of yet, I should say. I don't wish that on them. But yeah, so by the way, I think Stargate is going to be on this FLR stuff. 1,500. Solana will be 1,500. Okay. I think that Stargate is going to be on. How many guys think Stargate is going to be on the FLR thing? Ooh. Yeah, that's a tough lesson, Legendary. Yeah. I sold my Bitcoin. My gold and silver for Bitcoin. And then sold my Bitcoin for useless HYIP tokens. What the world? You guys don't even know what HYIPs are. But anyway, I think Stargate is going to be on the RFLR thing. I know that Flare Networks put something out about like who's up next, who's coming. But I just got this little suspicion. Nothing's been, said or done or anything like that. But I do think That's what's going to happen. Let me share this because I think this is crazy. 670 million FLR tokens every 30 days. What the world's going on right now? This is from Flare Networks. 24.25 billion FLR will be distributed as flare drops over the next 36 months. Every 30 days, 670 million FLR are distributed. Nearly 70,000 users already claimed their rewards. That's the number, in my humble opinion, that matters the most. The users claiming the rewards. Why? Because some of them are going to stay. By the way, I think I said this before, DeFi Daddy. Show me another, name me, show me another ecosystem that has a good, as good or better liquidity incentive event right now than Flare Networks. Show me one. I'm curious to know, as good or better. Rewarding daily users, driving away farmers, and incentivizing long-term users with this amount of tokens. It's really impressive. I was just going back and forth with DeFi Daddy, DeFi Daddy. I was going back and forth because there's a DeFi Divvy, I believe, as well. I was going back and forth with DeFi Daddy about Solana. About freaking Solana. And I'm an XRPL ecosystem dude. I'm going back and forth with him about Solana. Why? Why am I going back and forth with him about Solana? Because I was involved in the Solana ecosystem liquidity incentive events. Yeah. That's why. How else would I know about Marinade and Blaze? How else would I know about MarginFi and Camino? And Camino was awesome, by the way. How else would I know about that? Marinade staking, Blaze staking, MarginFi, lending, Camino, just everything in his brother over there. How else would I know about that? How else would I know about Drift Protocol? In Jupiter Exchange, Radium Exchange. How else would I know about Orca? Every single one of those things I mentioned to you, I used daily. Daily. Why? Because of the liquidity incentive event. What happened? I found some stuff that I like. I didn't get any whiff and bonk and stuff. I didn't get any of that stuff. I did not get whiff. I did not get bonk. I got some drift. I got some Camino. I got some M-Soul, which is, kind of like Scepter Flare. You understand? Just because it's meme coins don't mean I got to participate in meme coins. I got real project tokens. Drift Protocol is about to change the game. No one's paying attention to it. It's about to change the game. Now I'm a part of the ecosystem. Now I'm a part of the ecosystem. I don't know of another liquidity incentive event as well thought out of and executed upon better than flares? I just don't know. They're going to get people staying, bro. They are going to get people who came for this thing here, trying to manipulate the system, trying to gain the thing. Okay. And some of those people are going to stay because of kinetics markets, because of Spark Dex, because of Enosis Global. Right? And when the F assets come, you wait. You watch then. Who's going to be staying? All right. So what are flare drops? Flare drops we know what those are. This is how we reward active network participants. This is the thing that Ripple X needs to be paying attention to, in my humble opinion. This is how we reward active network participants. Not everyone waiting around for Congress to get their act together and for Operation Choke Point to go away. Just, we gave it our best. We gave it our best shot. We're going to just go away now. How to qualify for flare drops. To qualify, wrap your FLR, stake your FLR. If you're new, you guys all know this stuff. My point is, how awesome is Flare Networks and being actively engaged, not taking and making assumptions. Ripple X does not even know that the vast majority of XRP holders do not know when they use the Zaman wallet that they're on the XRPL. That is not a great look. An even more alarming number is the vast majority of people who do not know how to do DeFi. And I'm talking about just the mechanical. Step A, do this. Step 2, do this. The mechanical. Don't know the mechanical. Don't understand what impermanent loss really is and what it really is not. Just the mechanical. It's alarming. When I saw all this stuff, I was just blown away by that. Because they weren't out there in DeFi. They look, it was the XRP and it was XRP and that's it. Ethereum gas fees, Bitcoin slow, like all of this nonsense. All of this nonsense. How to set up auto claiming. Auto claiming is cool. I know keyless don't like it. I like it. It's cool. I pay the fee. It says here, flare drops accrue every 30 days. Important to know. Unclaimed FLR will be burnt after 67 days. Don't miss out. Learn how to set up auto claiming. Some of the FAQs. Do I miss flare drops if I use my tokens in DeFi? Not necessarily. Enosis Global, e.g. Enosis Global. That's interesting that they did e.g. and then Enosis Global. For example, Enosis Global ensures FLR in their pools still receive flare drops and FTS rewards. Liquid staking platform Scepter also retains flare drop eligibility. I didn't claim my flare drops last month. Can I still claim? You got 67 days to do it. How can I avoid missing a claim? Third-party executors can claim your flare drops for you. Interesting. Securely via smart contracts in exchange for a small fee. Okay. Hungry for more info about flare drops? Here's some stuff. Again, there's a synergy. We talked about the flywheel economy over flare networks. It's massive, and it's just getting started. Keila says, ha ha ha, Siege. You know what? Legend laughs at me too on that. Talking about she don't like to use the claiming, the auto claiming. So, Brother Crypto says F assets will be huge, especially being that the asset remains on its native chain. I repeat, remains on its native chain. Yes, very important fact. Again, the promise is amazing. The promise of F assets is amazing. But the realized promise is even more amazing. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. I want to see that F assets running for 60, 90, 120 days, 6 months. I want to see what it's going to be looking like. Why? Because I don't have to chase the gain. It doesn't matter if I buy 1 cent FLR or 5 cents FLR. What does it matter? What matters is how long the thing has been up and running. What matters is the attention it's grabbing. What matters is network adoption. That's what matters. That's what matters. Sustained network adoption. That is what matters. I can't wait to see what's going on. Hey, Cease, enjoying the retirement in Thailand. Oh, nice. RL Internet Corporation. How are you, bro? In Thailand and stacking the FLR. I am so into Real Vision and Raul Paul. FLR is the one. Nice. Are you subscribed to any of that stuff over there on Real Vision? They got a nice little deal going on. It's like 3 months for $99. I think it's the Real Vision Pro. I want to see. They're talking about helping you during the bull run. I'm really curious to see what they're going to be doing in those 90 days. Yeah, I don't know if I have, I mean, $40 Solana to, what is it, 150? I mean, that is kind of nice. But I don't have enough Solana. I don't have. DeFi Daddy says 50. He's calling a $1,500 Solana. That's cray. DeFi Daddy says, imagine providing collateral and earning FSLP. I know. Look, it's exciting. I can't wait to see it come to fruition. I can't wait to see it come to fruition. I really can't. It's going to be pretty cool. I'm really excited about. There's a lot of people in the XRP community who have a lot of FLR tokens. Keyless knows this. I said, the FLR token might be the realized promise that XRP was supposed to be. In terms of the bags, in terms of the ka-ching. And some of you guys were worried about taxes. Some of you guys were worried about taxes. Some person literally said out loud on a video, I didn't ask for this FLR. I'm not trying to pay taxes on this FLR. Taxes. I don't know, DeFi Daddy. I'm thinking FLR might be the realized promise. That XRP holders had hoped to get. They got a flywheel economy over there. I'm just saying. It's sweet. It's sweet on paper. Let's see how it comes to fruition. David Alcoin says that's why you sell it down, buy back. When? Buy back when though? We're about to go into the depths and the throes and the whatever kind of words that I don't know the meaning of that sound massive of a bull run. Where am I gonna buy? Where am I gonna buy it back? Where am I gonna buy it back, David? Are you suspecting or expecting less than $100? Oh, buy back the same day. Okay, I got you. I got you. Oh, DeFi Daddy's saying that. We're ending a super cycle. Yeah. So are you expecting the cycle to last longer than 2025? Oh, tax harvest. In the US, what is it? 48 hours? Is it 48 hours? DeFi Daddy, 10 times the amount. Yeah, I agree. Oh, that's what you mean by a super cycle, DeFi Daddy. The amount of this liquidity coming in. I mean, China. I mean, my gosh. China, what happened? That's yeah. China and Japan's coming next. They're all going to be adding liquidity and easing, and it's coming for sure. It's going to be interesting to see. Someone said, what, 1 million? Yeah, I don't know. I think personally, having over 100,000 is nice, but of FLR tokens. But yeah, I just know people have like, there's friends of the channel that like got millions of FLR tokens. So I'm just, I'm just so happy for all the XRP holders who were, given the shot here with FLR. We've been through a lot. We've been through a ton. I'm just happy for, for them. You know what I mean? What's going on, Bake Money XRP? We got soon crypto in the building. Adoption cycle. Yes, sir. I mean, so if someone has millions, of FLR, I can't wait for FLR to get to $1. If someone has millions of them, I don't have millions of them. Yeah, of FLR tokens. But look, for me, I don't know. I know what kind of works best and what doesn't, and realize promise is everything. Wait for that FLR to deliver, the FSS system to work, the collateral thing to work out kinks and bugs and unexpected stuff. Like you don't know. Wait, all that unexpected. I don't know. Someone trying to game the collateral system, a rogue agent. Like, I'm just saying, you don't know. You don't know until you know. So that's kind of how I am. I don't feel like I'm missing out between a 5-cent FLR and a 1-cent FLR. I just don't. So that FLR news is just massive. Payment FXRP says millions, you say. Yeah, I know people have millions of FLR tokens. And again, I stand by my word. I can't wait to put this DCA strategy together for FLR tokens. I did it for XRP. Why wouldn't I do it for FLR? I just learned a few lessons along the way. I learned a few lessons. I learned about the network adoption curve. I learned about daily active users. It's not just promises. It's realized promises. It's not just about the technology. I learned some things. Right? Learn some stuff. So if I have to take some of my Solana wins after 2025 and dedicate it to FLR, not I have to, I get to. I get to take some of my Solana winnings and turn it into FLR. I get to turn my Ethereum winnings into FLR. I get to turn some of my Bitcoin into FLR. I get to turn Jasmine Coin, freaking Casper, 0x leverage, all these crazy long shot stuff. I don't know, super and, all this other stuff into an ecosystem that's benefiting XRP, not just XRP holders, but that is benefiting XRP holders. I get to turn these winnings into that thing. I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited about that. So DeFi Daddy, you telling me I should not turn my some of my ETH into FLR? You telling me I shouldn't turn some of my ETH into FLR? Is that what you're saying? I mean, not FLR, Solana. I should not be turning some of my ETH into Solana. Just on a multiple X right now. Solana's got let's put it to you this way. Turn on if Ethereum is going to go to 12, that's 9x. Is that 9? Not 9. 5x. Solana 7x. That's all I'm saying. If Ethereum is 4x and Solana is 6x. If Ethereum is 5xing, Solana 7x. That's all I'm saying. And the money's the money, right? You put $1,000 in Ethereum today, it's $1,000, 5x. You put $1,000 in Solana, that's a 7x. It's just more money. It's just a better multiple, a higher multiple. Just a higher multiple, that's all. Just a higher multiple, because all I'm doing is taking those wins and, 85, 90%, I don't know, 75, it all depends. And I'm over here looking at, oh, okay, this is what Flair's got going on right now. Okay. What's Kinetic's new thing? What's Spark that got going on? We heard they're launching their, they're bringing leveraging to the thing. What else they got? What else new incentives or new features? I'm just paying attention, not chasing the game, letting the game come to me. Do I have FLR tokens? Of course. Did I take some of my dirty, nasty fiat and buy FLR? Of course. And Songbird? Of course. But my DCA strategy was 4 figures a month. Every month. That's what I'm talking about. For that, payment XRP says, truth is, I don't spend money on anything but crypto. I've made ultimate sacrifice for the last 5 years. I don't shop. I don't buy clothes. I don't party. I don't eat out. My enjoyment comes from my next crypto purchase. I hear you, my friend. That resonates with me dearly. Dearly. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I learned about, it's not just about the upside. It's not just about the upside. We have to protect for the downside. This is what I've learned. That's right, DeFi Daddy. The TradFi bridge is the ETFs, without question. ETFs, yeah. BlackRock, yes. Thank you for bringing attention, though. I appreciate it. But you're not fooling me. I know you're just a salesman. You're just an ETF salesman. Larry Fink of BlackRock. He's just an ETF salesman. You ain't fooling me, bro. An ETF. Okay. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking forward to, man. Listen, FSS is going to be a game changer, but we gotta let freaking Invest Answers and freaking Marty Party and freaking CTO Larson and freaking Mandu know what's good. Because they didn't even mention Flare when they talked about the bridging challenge and the lack of utility for Bitcoin and the bridging challenge. They didn't bring Flare networks up. What? How is that possible? What's the name knows about it? Who's the exchange? Arthur Hayes. Arthur Hayes says, don't fade FLR. Guess who else he's talking about? Solana's Drift Protocol. All right, fam, there it is. I'm gonna wrap it up. We will not get this. Well, I don't know about that, Pookie. We're gonna get another one 2020, 4-year cycle's coming. It's the business cycle is the business cycle. It's coming. But this is gonna be awesome. And so I listen. I don't know why when we do come to the next bear, like, first of all, there's people who think we're never going to go into a bear thing again. Like, what the world? We're going. And when we do, what's going on, Jay Machado? Machado, how are you, bro? Life is good. What up with you? We're going to get another bear thing. I don't know what the prices are going to be. I don't know, but we're going to get another one. Like, it's going to happen, right? I don't know what the prices are going to drop down to. I have no idea. I don't know, but I know it's going to happen. And we're going to have another bull run. XRP, baby. In Nicaragua. Oh, nice. Appreciate you checking in, bro. So we're going to get it, We're going to get it. We're going to get it. I can't wait to DCA. I can't wait. Because so hard to say. But it just feels like that network, Flynn network has that sustained network adaptability going on there. It just feels like it really does. But I'm not going to chase it, man. I'm just saying. I'm not going to chase it. I chased it with XRP. I'm not doing it this time. I'm going to let it come to me. Let the game come to me. All right, fam. There it is. Thank you so much. Do me a favor, hit that like button on the way out if you didn't do so on the way in. We always like to have just as many likes as we have viewers in the stream. That would be super, super cool. And if you happen to be in a 45 or 50% of people who are listening to, watching, and hanging out with the Crypto Seeds and you haven't subscribed to the channel, we're trying to get that number down from 50% down to about 25%. You could do your part right now by just hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget to ring the notification bell. Make sure you click all so that you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. I'm going to end this one like I do all my videos and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I, we're already winning. And I would ask you to consider this or perhaps ponder the idea or notion of living your life permissionless. I'll talk to you guys soon. See you. Bye.